Then after the next speakers present their papers, then we'll have a discussion session. So I hope we all understand. So let us always take note of our questions. After every 2 discussions, we have question and answer segments so as to create orderliness. So we can always note our questions. And speakers are really readily available to speak to, to answer our questions. We will be taking the first discussion, and the topic is forensic expression of fingerprints on various simulated crime scene surfaces. A comparative analysis of charcoal, indigo dye, and dusting powder for latent fingerprint surface development and lifting. And this will be presented by 4 people. 4 people actually worked on this. And we have Chiwa HM, Ahmad A, Maidugu UI, Lawal SM. Chiwa HM is from the Department of Medical Laboratory Science, Faculty of Allied Health Sciences, College of Medical Sciences, University of Maiduguri, Nigeria. Ahmad A is from the Department of Laboratory Services, State Specialist Hospital, Gombe, Gombe State, Nigeria. Maidugu UI is from the Department of Chemical Pathology, University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, Borno State, Nigeria. And the 4th person, Lawal SM, the Department of Laboratory Services, General Hospital, T-Safe, Zamfara State, Nigeria. This discussion is going to be powerfully packed, and we look forward to that. I want to believe our presenters are ready. I don't know if just one person is representing or so, Chiwar, I hope I got the pronunciation right. My apologies. Chiwar HM, are you ready for us this morning?
Okay. Good morning, all. You're right, HM. Before anything, please, I don't know if I can share my screen.
Yes, you should be able to share your screen, sir. You can go ahead.
Should I just continue?
I can give you a minute to share your screen, so we will be able to follow you better.
I think I sent a request.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put it on that I want to share my screen. So I
I'll
don't
check
know.
it out. I'm the one controlling the screen. Okay. We apologize for this. Kindly give us a few minutes to accept the screen sharing request. Okay, Mr. Chiwar, I've given you permission to share your screen.
Okay. Yes. I hope my screen is visible now.
Yes. We can see your screen
Okay.
clearly.
Okay. So, okay. So, good morning all, and I will want to request that I observe the existing, stand on the existing protocol. I am Hassan Musachua, and here today with the honor of presenting our paper abstract on the forensic expression of fingerprints on various simulated crime scenes surfaces.
Mr. Chiwa, if you can hear me, and
yes,
this is also to
okay,
all other future speakers. You are the only one in the room, so you are shouting.
yeah.
But we actually need you to shout.
I'm the only one.
Yes. So
Okay.
so we don't want you to use the bedroom voice like we usually say. So we want you to use the auditorium so we can hear you very well.
Teacher's voice. The teacher's voice, right?
Yes.
Okay. I hope I'm audible now.
Yes, please. And please,
I am going to have the honor of.
At some point.
You said?
I said, please try as much as possible not to drop your voice. Because usually when speakers start to speak, they start loudly. And
no. I won't. Don't worry.
Thank you, sir.
It's all right. So today we present our abstract on the forensic expression of fingerprints on various simulated crime scene surfaces, where we compare charcoal, indigo dye, and dusting powder. Now, okay. Our fingerprints are very essential in forensic studies. Due to their unique and individualistic nature as a fundamental biometric markers crucial for forensic investigations. Now, because of their uniqueness, it's essential that we look at them critically and take that advantage. How can we do that? Through recovery. We recover whatever we have as a print, which is in the form of latent presentation from diverse surfaces presented, which present a pivotal aspect of forensic science, aiding law enforcement agents in solving crime scenes. Now, why we carry out this research was to assess the efficiency and efficacy of some other locally prepared powders, which could be used in place of the fingerprint development powders in low resource settings like ours here. The method we employed, okay, first of all, the study context. This studies was inspired by the condition of our state, Borno, specifically Maiduguri, which has suffered extended cases of insecurity challenges with increased reported cases of homicide. So we decided to look at some powders that could be used, and we tried to employ their utility to see if we can actually use them in an improvised manner. So we had our dusting powder, which is usually considered as the standard latent fingerprint developer. It's usually utilized in a versatile manner. But then we tried to compare some other common powders. For instance, the indigo powder. Indigo powder is a dye that is usually used by people during laundry, which gives white material, white clothes, a touch of blue. In Hausa, we call it bula. The company that usually produce that is Robbins. You see Robbins. Usually the people at the laundry utilize it a lot. Then also charcoal powder, because of its porous nature and our observation that it adheres to oily residues. So we look at those substances and then we try to simulate some crime scenes like materials that are usually encountered during crime scenes. For instance, criminals start by opening a door, meaning door handle will have some latent fingerprints there. Maybe in some cases, they try to touch the padlock or open it. Maybe they handle a smartphone. And so we try to like imagine and then get some dust substances. And then we develop a latent fingerprint there by initially making sure the substance is free of any visible or kind of prominent fingerprint. We clear everything. The volunteers, the participants, apply their fingerprint, applying gentle pressure and then lifting it up. Then we use the powders accordingly. Each powder was applied, and then with the brush, we tried to clean it, then to visualize the powder. But the work did not just stop there, where we had to transfer, because it's not just about developing the fingerprint, but how you now migrate the fingerprint from the point of identification to wheresoever for further investigation and analysis. And so we have to be able to lift up that fingerprint that has been developed, where we use a normal sellotape. Remember, I told you we are trying to use locally available resources. So we use our sellotape and we try to lift all the fingerprints that have been developed using dusting powder, indigo dye, as well as the charcoal. Then that forms the basis of the studies. How did we evaluate it? We look at the clarity, adhesion quality, as well as reproducibility of prints, where we categorize them as poor, better, and best in all cases. Then we look at the percentage distribution. Now, just so we stop imagining, this was how the fingerprints, the outcome appears to be. If you notice on the left hand here, the first one, the surface is glass, and if A1, A2, A1 is dusting powder, which was used to develop fingerprint, and then A2 is the dusting powder that was lifted to another surface, to another area, and you can see it's not clear. And then B1 is indigo dye, which was used to develop fingerprint, while B2 is after it's transferred, lifted and transferred to another surface. C1 is charcoal, powdered charcoal, and then C2 is where it has been lifted. So if you observe the charcoal, when at development level, it was not clearer, but when it was transferred, it was more clearer. So, and this applies to all other surfaces like the padlock, the plastics, cups, and so on, even metal gates, even drug cartons, and all other things. That was how we used to rate it based on the quality. We used the manifestation and the appearance of the ridges of the fingerprint to determine whether it will be categorized as poor, better, or best. Now, the key findings there show that dusting powder is best for smooth and non-porous surfaces, while indigo dye powder was appearing moderately a kind of better performance with vivid contrast on light surfaces. The charcoal was effective on coarse and dark surfaces. Therefore, it indicates powders have specific surface advantages. Now, this is a chart showing the presentation of the powder. You can see the first one, which is in the blue, is the dusting powder, where majority of what it presented was very poor in terms of development as compared to indigo dye and charcoal powder development. 50% of what we used, the surfaces we used to develop a fingerprint with dusting powder showed a very poor outcome as compared to the other two, while indigo dye powder showing a kind of balanced presentation of better and best. So you can just say about 70-something% of presentation with indigo powder as far as development, latent fingerprint development is concerned, is good using indigo dye powder, while charcoal gives some extent of poor to better with little best presentation when it comes to fingerprint development. Then this shows the ability of the fingerprint developed by the powder to be transferred to another place. Because most of the times, after the fingerprint has been developed, there will be need for us to lift it up. For instance, we match it with any database available as simple as BVN, Bank BV. You can go to any bank with fingerprint and with the authority of the management. And so when you apply it there, it will display the person's name, phone number, address, and everything. So you see, we have attained that level only if we pay our attention to the direction. So what type of powder can give us best ability to transfer the latent fingerprint that has been developed, and then still you see majority as to compare to indigo dye and charcoal powder. Dusting powder did not give us best of what we want. It's about 87%, but charcoal powder gives the best between beta and best. If you match 75 plus 12, that's going to give you about 80-something%, giving a very good presentation of ability to lift it up from one area to another. So in conclusion, the study suggests that each powder exhibits unique performance characteristics influencing the quality of fingerprint development and subsequent lifting. Dusting powder demonstrates challenges in achieving high clarity and definition as compared to other dyes, while indigo dye powder emerges as a versatile option. Charcoal powder, particularly in lifting phase, excels on underscoring its potential as a superior lifting agent. This emphasizes the importance of considering the specific context when selecting powder for forensic investigation. And thank you for listening.